We've got Mahem on the show with Shwan Nelson from Allstate Insurance to give us the inside scoop on being insured. So stay tuned. It's Kiwi of the Coast.
I'm Kiwi of the Coast, the agent with the most tips, tools, and tactics for your home. Meet Kiwi of the Coast and team with the most qualified buyers for your home. Think Kiwi of the Coast when you want to sell the most. Client satisfaction guaranteed. Client satisfaction guaranteed.
And welcome back to the Kiwi of the Coast Real Estate and Lifestyle Show. Hi, I'm Kiwi, the host, and this is the show with the most tips, tools, and tactics for that sophisticated real estate and lifestyle listener out there. Hey, it's our Mother's Day show. Guys and gals, don't forget that card for Mum. This is show number 25, streaming live on Facebook and YouTube from this dinky little high-rise here in beautiful downtown Fashion Island on our new VMix system. So why are we here? Why are you watching? Well, we've got Mahem on the show with Shwan Nelson. She's from Allstate Insurance. She's going to give us the inside scoop on why being insured just may make sense. So stick around for that. We've also got Sugar Shane's What's Been Happening Up the Hill. That's the spoonful of sugar. And also Sugar Shane's favorite spot. Man, the listeners are already calling in. Favorite spot, the Kiwi squeeze, and this is where Carlos is going to squeeze the old Kiwi. More about that later, so stick around. So before we get started, though, here is a quick team intro. Working hard on our next real estate presentation. We got Shane Gillum, our field specialist, Carlos Cepeda in technology and social media, and of course, Ann Stavin, our staging and interiors expert. And it's live in the studio. We don't need these anymore. Hey, I'm in the studio with the team. What's up, Sugar Shane? How you been since that big announcement the other week, getting engaged? Tell me more.
Been great, Kiwi. Thanks for having me again. We've been very busy selling lots of real estate here in Orange County. So we've been busy. But luckily we made some time today for the show. So thanks for having me.
Dude, and Baby Z, he's on the ones and twos. Big job. What's up, Carlos?
Enjoying being back live here on Kiwi of the Coast show. Hello, everybody.
Hey, and a big shout out to Annie. She's out in the field. She's actually working today, so good on you, Annie. Hey, what a week it has been.
Kiwi, you and Ann been having fun with furniture, haven't you? What's been going on there?
We've been trading furniture, boy, and we've been moving, we've been packing, we've been doing all sorts of stuff. Now, here's one of our projects. Here are the boys from LA, moving Hercules. Oh, there she is. Hey, moving Hercules from one of our listings. So Hercules has been on the move. He's a big boy. He's only 9 feet high, and we had to ship him out. There's another photo of him on the move, if we can get that up on the screen. But that's all right. Little trouble.
How many people did it take to get Hercules out of there? It looks like a mighty job, I must say.
Man, he weighed a ton, and I was even there putting my back into it to get him up the ramp, followed by the Madonna. She was next. She was another sculpture. And, the piano, too. We had the piano going, plus a whole bunch of other stuff. So, it reminds me of the joke, the piano mover says, do you know the piano's on my foot? And the guy says, you hum it, I'll play it. Anyway, hey, that's... We're not allowed to laugh at our own jokes. Anyway, we were supposed to have a little laugh button there, Carlos. Yeah. We're a bit out of practice, I think, after 3 weeks. Or has it been more? That's
if this doesn't work out, we'll go into the moving business. We're pretty good at that, so it's all good.
Yeah, there you go. So, also, it's been Mother's Day coming up on Sunday, and boy, that's a day that you kids do not want to miss. Right? So, Shane, what are you up to
for Mother's Day?
Oh, that was what you're supposed to say.
You first.
Hey, man, I'm sneaking off to the desert to give my wife a Mother's Day. Of course, she planned it, which doesn't make it a surprise. So,
That's all right. That's all right.
no, well, hey, it's still a gift, isn't it? You know, a little.
Get out there to the
RV.
desert before it gets too hot. Anyways, it's a great time to go. That'll be fun.
No, we'll have a great time out there. Carlos, where is your mum? What are you up to? I asked that question to Carlos, and I thought, oh my God, I think maybe his mum's passed away, but she's very much alive. And Carlos has got some snapshots of the mums.
Where is she? Okay, hold on, let me do that.
No, you tell us where she is, and then you can show us
I'll
next.
find let's see if I can find the snapshot to the mom here.
Hang on, we're waiting for those. We'll see who comes up first, and this is a case of guess which guy goes with me. Now, there's my mum. She's in her juicy outfit. She's a little poorly. She's 86 years old, but boy, she likes that outfit. She would not like me showing that photo, but there she is on the left with the red gear. Always got the hair done. Big shout out to you, Marcy. Love you, dear. And you're going to be 86 in July 18th. I think I got it right. Yeah. Woo. Okay. Now, this doll. Who's this? Now, is this your girlfriend, Carlos?
Sorry, I can't talk.
No, this is Carlos's mum. She's a great-looking gal. Great cook, I hear, too, Carlos. Whips up some great Mexican food.
Great Mexican food indeed, my friend, yeah.
Yeah.
And those chilaquiles. Wonderful.
Woo! Invite me over for dinner sometime, there, Carlos.
But do you think we can get some tamales here in the office? I mean, I've been asking for tamales for 4 years now. So no pressure, Carlos. No pressure. What about Sugar Shane's mum? Now, she's a real glamour gal. Look at this on the beach. I said to Shane, is that your girlfriend? And then I looked closely. The blonde, it's her mum. His mum, not her mum.
No, that's my mom's phone. Big shout out to you, Mom. Happy early Mother's Day. That's her two dogs there on the beach. And then that's my old dog, Bella, who has since gone to better places. But great picture there. That was a few years ago back on the beach. She lives down there on the Peninsula Point and loves life on the beach and riding around in her golf cart. Say hi if you ever see her out there, anybody.
No, we will. Anyway, the dog's gone to the great kennel in the sky, so good one. Hey, so the next thing is kind of a bit quirky, but I like to get a little political occasionally. And in Anaheim, you will have just seen that that cop in Anaheim was dismissed after he fired 75 shots at a suspect he was pursuing, killing the poor guy, right? So I thought, well, how do they do it in New Zealand, my home country where I'm from? And I'm going to have Carlos play this clip. You got to listen closely because this is what the cops do with offenders at 3 a.m. in the morning. So.
Glenn's excuses so far have failed to impress police, and when he attempts another one, he gets an unusual response.
It's just going up the road to give me a pie or something.
You got some money?
Yeah, got like $3.
How much?
$3.
$3. That buy your pie?
BP station.
Okay. 3 o'clock in the morning, you're buying a pie from the BP station. What must you always do? 3 o'clock in the morning, that pie's been in the warming drawer for probably about 12 hours. It'll be thermonuclear. And it's always blowing the pie.
I'm hungry.
Always blowing the pie. Safer communities together.
Hey, touche. So, Shane, here's the question. What must you always do when you're down there on Lido and you're about to buy a pie after a big night out at the local service station? What must you always do?
Well, typically, I think you should hit up 7-Eleven and blow on the pie, right?
That's right. So the blind the pie, and that applies to sausage rolls as well. And I'm not sure everybody understands the clip with that accent, but hey, we love the motto, true story, safer communities together, touche. And that video has gone viral in New Zealand. I don't think they get it quite here, but still, anyway.
Always blow on the pie.
Yeah, always blow up the pie. I mean, blow on the pie. Hey, we're not allowed to laugh at those jokes. All right. Well, this poor suffering guest of ours, she's in the guest spot and going from pie mayhem to some real mayhem on the show with Shwan Nelson from Allstate Insurance. She's going to give us the inside scoop on being insured. And this gal is into some very, very risky business. Isn't that right?
Those Allstate clips on TV, Tom Cruise, risky business.
No, it's not that risky business movie. You're thinking of Tom Cruise with the Ladies of the Night. That's not the sort of risky business we're talking about here, Shane. But anyway,
Well,
so
looking forward to guys. Don't forget to comment if you have any questions for Sean there as we go through some insurance.
Because this gal's got a lot of knowledge. Anyway, Carlos is going to throw up the there it is. You're in good hands. And a big welcome to Shwan Nelson. Thanks for coming on the show. The boys and I are a wee bit nervous because we've been checking out our insurance. And
are we insured, Kiwi?
I know. I'm not insured with her being on the show. She might sue us. I don't know. Defamation of character, maybe. Anyway, hey, enough of that. No, all jokes aside. For those who don't know Shwan Nelson, and there she is, good-looking blonde there, she is an insurance professional with the Rosita Massey Allstate Insurance Agency based right here in Fashion Island, Newport Beach. Carlos will throw the address up there, but it's 369 San Miguel, just around the corner from us, Suite 375. Phone number 721-4010, and we'll put that up when we've finished asking her just a bunch of tricky questions. We hope we can catch her up. Anyway, big welcome. Know you're a busy gal. Tell us a little bit about yourself, your background, and how did you get started in the insurance business?
Thank you so much, Kiwi Galter and your team. I'm very happy to be here, and I got started in the insurance industry about 10 years ago, around 2009, right after the housing market had crashed and my appraisal business was going nowhere. I have a long relationship with this office at Rosita Massey's office because our family were best friends with the owners prior to Rosita. So the agency has been in existence about 50 years, and the owner, Sue Taylor, kindly invited me to come work with her in the insurance industry. And we had a great time starting off at a broker's office, being appointed with all the insurance providers and learning a lot about insurance across the board with all the carriers. And over time, Rosita invited me to come work with her, and I'm super happy to be there.
Yeah, well, normally insurance is a bit boring, can be a bit dry, but tell us about Allstate. How long has it been around? How big is it? Is it publicly traded? What can you tell us about the big company Allstate?
Well, the big company Allstate's been around for 88 years, and it's one of the largest privately held insurance carriers in the country. And because it's privately held, we are financially sound. So if you have any concerns with Allstate, you don't need to, because they are financially sound and can always be able to pay those premiums as they come due, and pay your not your premiums, your claims.
Yeah, we pay the premiums.
Everybody pays the premiums, and they pay the claims.
I see it going out of my checking account 3 times a month there. So,
yep.
Now you're in good hands with Allstate. Now it's publicly traded, isn't it? Because Shane and I are always looking for stock tips, aren't we, Shane?
Yeah, should we buy some stock there? Or better check the stock share price.
Sounds good to me. They are a publicly traded company, and they're one of the largest insurance carriers across the country.
Yeah, and the nice thing about Allstate, they don't have that little gecko running around, do they? That's not you guys. No geckos.
We're not the geckos. We're the Mahem, and we're in good hands.
No, sounds good. Now, talking about that, California's been in the thick of it, right? With all the fires, the mudslides, earthquakes. So how does a company like Allstate deal with all those claims, pay them out, and survive?
Just like any other carrier, the rates are being adjusted to take care of all the claims. So as of last year, we had over $3 billion worth of claims in the housing market. And unfortunately, going forward, we're all going to be seeing that. They adjust the rates to meet their needs as far as their losses. And they are, from the state of the California Department of Insurance, they are allowed to raise the rates so that they can cover those claims and they can stay profitable. And
right.
Unfortunately, those losses get passed on to us.
Yeah, which means they get passed on to us, right? I mean, but the good thing is Allstate always pays out. They've got deep pockets, haven't they? I hope so.
That's right. Insurance carriers, they have to carry the reserve. So whatever insurance that they have secured out there, they have to have so many dollars in reserves, and so they can make their commitments, no matter what happens.
Understood. So this is about mayhem, and I love that word. Mayhem is like two words, and mayhem is everywhere. It's a bit like the real estate business these days, right, Sugar? We're going to get Carlos to just play a couple of video clips here. And the first one is sort of one of my little favorites here as a lead into the areas of insurance you cover and answer all those questions. So throw that first clip up. It's the one in the baby seat, Carlos. I love that one.
Mommy! Mommy, 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 mommy! 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 Mommy!
Mayhem is everywhere, so get an Allstate agent. Are you in good hands?
And then is mayhem everywhere. And it brings us to the first subject, your first subject matter, which is really auto insurance. And boy, that's the big one. We're driving out there every day. We've got a little clip again, which is funny. I watched these and I was cracking up. This is the lost cell phone, and boy, can I relate to this. So hit that one, Carlos.
I'm your phone. Stuck down here between your seat and your console, playing a little hide and seek. Cold. Warmer. Warmer. Boiling. Jackpot. And if you've got cut rate car insurance, you could be picking up these charges yourself. So get Allstate, where agents help keep you protected from mayhem.
Man, I just love that. And, that is a real danger because that damn texting is a distraction, looking for your cell phone. And, boy, how have cell phones, it cracks me up, how have cell phones affected the insurance industry?
Cell phones have affected the insurance industry tremendously because the number of claims have increased dramatically since the invention of the cell phone. And as everybody knows, you can't miss that call and you can't not to, text back. So, it's become a real problem, and a lot of accidents have come about from that, and the claims are being paid out because of it. So far, they're even starting to consider legislation for the cell phone. So if you start to get a ticket, it might start becoming chargeable on your driving history. And so that's the next thing. They're trying to do whatever they can to keep people off the phone.
Yeah, because it's like an addiction. I mean, we're on the cell phones all day in our business. You hop in the car, you go, oh, just at the stoplight, I'll quickly send that text. You actually don't have enough time to do it, but boy, it's like a drug. You get addicted to it. But and it leads me to those mobile apps you've got. You've got mobile apps for insurance that actually can help with documenting that you got insurance. Explain how that works.
Allstate does have the mobile app, and the mobile app is predominantly used for if you get in an accident. You can upload your photographs directly into your policy for the claims adjuster. You can also have immediate access to your ID cards, and everybody knows digging in the glove box doesn't always work out where you find a real-time ID card. So it's much easier just to push the button on the cell phone and have your evidence of insurance there. You can pay your bills through your app, and that's a lot of fun too. And also there is a good driving piece to the app where it's monitoring your driving. And if you show good driving history, there are discounts that can be applied.
Right. No. So technology on one hand is causing more accidents, but then you've got mobile apps to actually help because you do not want to be digging in the glove box while you're driving along on your cell phone at the same time either.
Well, it's usually when you get pulled over and then you're in the glove box,
Yeah, and then the policeman's reaching for his gun. He thinks you're going for your gun instead of you just checking the temperature of your pie, So
that's right. That's right. And you probably got your cell phone in your lap, so.
Well, you hope it is, but maybe it's down between the seats. But it brings us up to the subject of kind of liability, general liability. So describe a policy for us real quick, the typical automobile policy. There's like three parts to it, aren't there? Describe what those are.
The typical parts to the personal auto insurance policy is going to be the bodily injury coverage amount, and that's the bodily injury coverage amount for an individual person in the event of an accident, and then also the total amount for the accident. There's a second coverage amount for personal property, and that's the coverage amount to repair or replace the car. And we get into the next section, which is uninsured and underinsured motorist coverage. That coverage is to cover yourself personally. If you're hurt by somebody that's underinsured, you can tap into those dollars to help your medical expenses if you're hurt. So a lot of people use that.
No, I think it's important, and we just had that discussion off the air on upping the amount of that liability insurance portion, because cars that you're being into now far more expensive, and people, are suing. Now, this next little clip sort of relates to liability as it relates to people in your home, and that's, you never think about this, but, what about people coming in your home? So, Carlos, play that little clip. It's the cleaning lady clip. I like this one too.
I'm the world's worst cleaning lady. I'm here in your home having a pretty spectacular Tuesday. But I don't notice the loose rug at the top of your stairs. And that's about to become an issue for me. And if you've got the wrong home insurance coverage, my medical bills could get expensive. So get Allstate.
Man, tripping and falling, and I just... Sorry, I can't stop laughing at those things, but those are great ads. They really are very effective. So how do you protect yourself from the liability of people coming into your home, falling over, tripping on the step outside? We've got a listing right now that the step is raised, and, if people come in and fall, gosh, what do you do? What sort of insurance do you carry to assist with that risk?
Well, when you have your personal home insurance has a piece for personal liability. And the personal liability piece means that if you are accused of doing something negligent or unintentional that damages somebody, then they can file a personal liability lawsuit against you. And that can be slip and fall, or it could be anything else. Anybody can sue you in this day and age, and they can accuse you of wrongdoing. So what you want to make sure of is your personal liability is sufficient for your family, because you've got to consider the cost of the claim. You have to consider attorney's fees in there, and all those things add up really fast. So you can blow through that money quickly, and you just want to make sure that you've got enough coverage and have a good agent to make sure she guides you.
Yeah. Hey, Shwan, what about umbrella? What's that? That's not just something to use in the rain, right? What's a personal umbrella?
Well, the umbrella is becoming the most important thing that we can offer people, because you have your auto insurance and your home insurance, and if you exhaust those limits because you're in a multi-vehicle accident, or if you have a really bad accident in your home, say in your pool, and the limits, the insurance carrier writes those limits, writes those checks for the damages, what can happen is it'll go into your personal umbrella policy. And a lot of people will carry another $1 million, $1 to $5 million over their standard limits for the auto and the home. And that's been really key to protecting people, because they're looking at pain and suffering and being out of work and damages to the family, and having those extra dollars really pays off.
No, for sure. And we were talking too with the age of the internet and the fact that you mentioned pools, Pools, where people are going actually online using Google Maps to look for like apartment complexes that don't have those handicap facilities to lift people in and out of the pools, right? And actually going in there and suing those homeowners and those property owners for stuff like that. So there's actually predators out there that are looking to create an opportunity for themselves. Is that correct? Are people doing that?
That's right. There are a lot of people out there that are looking for a fast dollar, and they know the insurance companies are going to pay out. The insurance companies, when you have a policy, they have the legal responsibility to represent you up to the limit of the policy. And so they'll do that, and they will write those checks to people, and a lot of times they do that before going to court, because it's more expensive to go to court and try to combat the problems than it is to just make a settlement and write the check and clear the claim.
Wow, and it's because we're a very litigious society in this part of the world, and that's one of the reasons. Do people then, if you raise the premiums, not raise the premiums, the coverage, like from $1 million to $2 million, does that mean you're inviting lawsuits? Are people going to chase you down because they know you got more insurance?
I don't think it works that way. I think
Hope
the
not.
way that it works is that, if you're a homeowner, if you're driving a nice car, and you have assets, most people have equity in the house. They have money in the bank. They're saving for retirement. They've got retirement plans set up for long-term income, and that's what the attorneys are looking for. If you're out and about and you're just starting out in life and you don't have 2 cents and you're living in an apartment and driving an old car, the chances are the attorneys aren't going to come after you. They'll just take what they can get from the limit of the policy. But when you have assets, that's when they start Googling you, looking for your house, and doing those searches to try to find how much they can get. And that's where those personal umbrella policies are coming in handy.
Well, I think that's why you were in the office the other day helping me with my umbrella policy. So now I know that was a good thing.
That's right.
Yeah. So
and the thing about
you go on.
I was going to say the thing about the umbrella policy is that people don't realize is that the more your assets grow, you need to make the policy grow with you. So if you start at $1 million, the chances are a couple of years down the road, you might need 2 or 3, or you want to keep raising it so that it keeps covering the amount of your assets.
No, understood. Okay, so homes, real estate. The next clip is really one of my favorites because we've got to talk about homes. We're in the real estate business. Play that little clip, that raccoon one, Carlos. I love it.
I'm a raccoon, and this time in your attic has been the best week of my raccoon life. I'm digging, I'm nesting in this fluffy stuff. I've already had like 4 babies. I'm the smartest raccoon I know. And if you got your home insurance where you got your cut-rate car insurance, you could be paying for this yourself. So get Allstate. You could save money and be better protected from mayhem, like me.
That's my raccoon clip. I love that one. So we are in the real estate business, so home insurance is important. We know that lenders who are lending on a purchase won't close escrow without it. So just give us briefly the Homeowners Insurance 101. What should we know about home insurance?
The most important thing to know about homeowners insurance is the way that we create your policy is that we use the Marshall-Swift-Beck replacement cost estimate. And we're looking for the value.
What is that? What is that? Marshall-Swift. That sounds tricky.
Marshall-Swift-Beck. That's an online system that generates the replacement cost of the house. So we key in the square footage. We're going to put in the roof type. We're going to outline the features of the house and give you the custom finishes and the high-value appliances and things like that. And it's going to give us the number that they estimate to replace the house in the event of a total loss. And that's our baseline for your policy.
Yep. Right. And then what if you've got just done the big remodel and you've got all the Caesar stone and the hardwood floors and the new custom cabinets, put the pool in. What happens there? Do you keep quiet and not tell your insurance gal and just so your rates can be low? What do you do?
I would not recommend that. I would recommend going over the replacement cost estimate because they're going to look at it when you file a claim. And they're really going to see, what you've dedicated as the features of your house. If you upgrade your house, you want to tell your agent so the agent can tell the claims team what you've done. Sometimes, like with Allstate, you'll get a renovation credit. If you renovate your house and you replace the roof, we can go in and give you credits for that. And so it's very important to make sure that those finishes are accurate. For a new home purchase, they're going to do a personal inspection from an outside vendor. They're going to be taking a look at the home from a third party's perspective, and the underwriter is also going to be looking at the house. So there are 3 checks and balances on your home policy. And so, hopefully with all of those things, you're set up right to begin with, and then it's just a matter of maintenance really after that.
Got it. And hey, here's a question from one of our listeners, Rhonda. She's asking, she's blown up and said, hey, tell me the difference between, I just purchased a home for $1.5 million. So should my insurance be for $1.5 million? What is she missing there?
Well, that's the myth of the home policy. The home policy is not based on the what a common person is willing to pay in the open market for your house, which would be the $1.5 million. It's based on the replacement cost, which is our Marshall-Swift-Beck replacement cost tool that we use to get those numbers for the building, for the contractor's fees, and for debris removal, and there's many things that are involved with that.
Yeah, but basically the ground-up cost, foundations, studs, roof, all the finishes, improvement. What about landscape and all of that? What if the landscape got blown out? What do you do then? Does that get covered or not really?
Well, we do note the landscaping. There is a way for us to dedicate the block wall or the wood fence. Also, too, the raised planters and the pool and the jacuzzi and the outdoor barbecue. So we do list all those things. And especially in the high-value homes, we really want to make sure everything's included in there. We have fountains and all kinds of fun stuff at the houses.
Got it. So now some zip codes, like for a while I noticed that Allstate couldn't write policies in Newport Coast, which is an area that we're busy in. That's the 92657 zip code. And I know that's changing now. But why are some zip codes not covered? And what do you do if you buy a home there? Can you still help if Allstate themselves can't write a policy?
We can always help at Allstate because Allstate is designed our insurability almost like a broker. So we have our Allstate insurance policies that are the approved zip codes and approved with the fire lines. We also have our third-party vendors, which are approved vendors that are great home insurance providers that we place a lot of business with that might have challenges or fire line issues. And then we have our high-value program, which is our Chubb insurance and ACE, and there are our premier packages with those carriers for our high-value people.
Right. We've been selling some very expensive homes lately, and getting insurance for that's tricky. So how do you get those large, expensive homes, like the $20 million homes insured? How long does it take, and who do you go to?
So everything this day and age, due to all the wildfires, is starting with the wildfire score.
Yep.
So it's the age of the house and the wildfire score. We start with that because we can eliminate certain carriers just based on the location. And the first thing that agents do is we Google map your house and we look to see if you're by a giant hillside or you're in a canyon. Because that's going to tell us right there really if there's a danger. and we go from there. We'll put you into the system, and the system has algorithms that'll either allow us to proceed or they'll deny the application right away.
Right.
And
see, now I thought it was the old maps that they were looking at that said, oh, it's in a fire zone. But, man, you got Google Maps, don't you? You can go anywhere and say, hey, look, here's the brush right next door to your house. I mean, you've got all the information at your fingertips, haven't you? Yep.
Yes, I think everything is being Googled off that.
Now, who is Bamboo? I heard of Bamboo. I know Bamboo. Pandas eat bamboo. But who is Bamboo?
Bamboo is a brand new company that's offering home insurance, and the president of Pacific Specialty has created Bamboo as a new carrier. They are backed by AXA, which is one of the largest insurance providers in the country, and they have been a really great resource for us in the high brush zones. Also, too, they have really great fun things that we can do for the house. They have extended replacement costs. They have features that we can use to really give you great coverage for the home and how we classify it.
Gotcha. Well, I've learned some new terms. I've learned fire lines and the Marshall Swift something or other. Wow. Okay, very cool. Hey, I'm going to get Shane to ask some questions about renters. Have you got that up? You ask those questions as soon as we play another little clip here. This is the renters clip. Hit it.
I'm the kid in 5B who's making it rain in 4B. Protect your stuff with Allstate Renters Insurance.
Renting is mayhem.
Yeah, Shwan. So, like you were saying, we do a lot of leases. What should landlords consider asking for before they lease their home?
The first thing you ask for as a landlord is you ask for your new tenants to have renters insurance, and because we when we think about the industry, we think about renters, and renters might have a different care of your home than a homeowner would. And renter's insurance is right there to protect the owner of the property. If they create damage to the property, we could file a claim for the renter's insurance to repair or repair the home based on events that these tenants can do. And boy, the kids, they can create problems, and so can the tenants.
That's great for long-term tenants. What about vacation rental, short-term Airbnb, things of that nature?
Well, the Airbnb market is coming on strong, and we have so many clients that are wanting to do Airbnb. At Allstate, our Allstate program, we can actually endorse the home policy to include Airbnb. So if you want to make some money over the summer while you're on vacation, or you want to transition out of your house, you can use your home with Airbnb, and we will endorse the home policy for that. If you're doing it full time, we have other carriers that will give us an actual policy strictly for that on a 12-month basis and keep you properly protected.
No, fantastic.
Go ahead, Kiwi.
The bundling, because I'm all about saving some dollars, and I know Shane is. Shane's just got his, have you got your renter's policy there, Sugar Shane?
Had one every place I've ever rented, yeah.
He's a good lad. He's keeping his wrists down for his landlord. But anyway, bundling, what does that mean, and how can it save us money?
So all the carriers give you incentives to bundle your insurance. We always start with the auto, home, personal umbrella, life insurance. That's Allstate. With every policy that you add, you start saving more and more money. Or if you do auto insurance, you can do renter's insurance and life insurance. And every policy that we tack on, it's bringing down the auto insurance. And a lot of people love having discounts on the auto insurance because that's usually where the rates are going up, or you get a ticket out of the blue, and it helps with the rates.
No, and I noticed mine have been going down ever since I did that bundling, and I like that because that's the highest portion of my insurance is the auto, and especially if you got a teen driver. What does that do? That's a question from one of our listeners right now. She's got a teen driver. Her name is Tina with the teen driver. She says, my policy doubled, Kiwi. What's that all about? Can you ask your guest?
Absolutely. The teen drivers are the #1 rate increase to an auto policy, and the first 3 years are the absolute worst. And I know that because I have 2 teen drivers. And so I'm paying for it every month, and boy, it's rough. We at Allstate, though, we have a couple of really great things that we offer. We offer good student discount, which is a 15% discount on the auto policy, and that's always really great. And we also offer something called Teen Smart. The kids can take an 8-hour program online and get another additional savings to the policy, another 15% on the vehicle that they drive. And they can carry that discount for many years, for about 5 years, or until they move out of the house. And that's a huge savings for the families. It's an 8-hour program the kids do online to get some education, and then they get a double savings on the auto.
Ah, fantastic, fantastic. Hey, our last clip, and this is probably a little more indicative of the marketplace that we're in, where you're driving around in luxury cars. Throw that clip up there, Carlos, because this is about the liability that can come down from behind you.
I'm a filthy rich executive. I hear the market's down 1,000,000 points. I freak out. I spill my large espresso. The searing pain makes me slam on the brakes. Uh-oh, your fault. And your cut rate insurance may not cover my $90,000 car, so I sue you, because that's what I do. So get Allstate. You can save money and be better protected from mayhem, like me.
Yeah, and isn't that true? I mean, that's what we're talking about, getting sued. There's a bit of, I wouldn't say it's as deliberate as that, but, and I just got that professional policy to cover events that the Team Kiwi is holding to protect against the liability of someone doing something silly. And the cost is not too bad. What is the cost for this little add-on that I got?
The add-on is great, Kiwi. It's our business owner's policy for real estate agents that are home-based or work out of the office. And our policy is protecting you at any event that you go to. It's protecting you at your open houses. And if somebody slips and falls while you're showing the homes, you could certainly have that protection if there is a lawsuit that's filed. Also, too, your policy is fantastic. If something's broken at your open house, we can file a claim and get a few dollars to replace somebody's belongings. And that's been a huge asset for our real estate agents.
Yeah, and I didn't know that until last week, until you came into the office and explained that to me. And we're going to be plugging that particular program because we got 350 agents here in the office at Call Banker, and I think they all need it. We're all doing open houses. We've got agents doing our open houses, and there's always stuff that can break and crazy people coming in. Thank God we haven't had anybody take stuff as far as we know, but it's only a matter of time, right? The mayhem is around the corner.
There you go. You want to have that liability protection, that's for sure. So you can get an attorney from Allstate and not have to get your own.
No, good. I think Shane has got a question about financial planners. We were talking before the show.
Yeah, Kiwi was talking about how now you have access to a certified financial planner. How does that work?
That works.
Is that for like a makeover to put everything together? Yeah, like Shane says, how does all that work?
All of that works because at Allstate, we would like to see if we can bring all of your lines of insurance into Allstate. We want to have your home, your auto, your umbrella. We want to have your personal life insurance. And then we do retirement planning. So we do have financial specialists on call, and if you're one of our clients, we'll always ask you if you'd like to take a professional meeting and come into the office or have one of our financial specialists go to your house and go over all the things that we could do for you while you're trying to save for the future.
Yeah, and the future's a little closer for this boy, so I'm coming into your office in about 2 weeks to chat with that guy. What's his name? Chris Carpenter, isn't it?
Chris Lancaster.
Lancaster. No,
that's
good.
right.
So hopefully he can do a little makeover for me there. So, hey,
yes,
lightening up a little bit from insurance, tell us about some of the fun stuff that you and Rosita do in your office. How do you give back? How do you share? Tell us more about that.
Well, for our office, we love going out. We love doing events. We love getting involved with the community and participating with our clients and the different things that are going on. Also, too, for me, I have kids, so I did a lot of volunteering at their high school. I started the Newport Harbor Music Education Foundation. I met so many great people in our community and helping them with insurance and making sure their kids are protected. We had a great time doing that and making sure the kids are doing the right thing. It was a lot of fun.
I know, well, fantastic. Giving back is what it's all about. So now, Sugar Shane is not letting you go without his favorite part of the show. You hit it there, Sugar Shane.
Yeah, Sean, truth or dare? Dare, of course, is not an option this time. So what's the craziest claim you've ever seen in your career, or craziest mayhem, so to speak? Or if not that, any horror stories, any difficult situations?
Well, do you want the crazy one or do you want the horror story?
We want both. We want a double dare. No, double truth. Truth times 2.
Double truth.
Well, let's do the one that really surprised me. We had a great client that has a wonderful dog, and every day she liked to go out to the mailbox and take her dog with her. The dog was very ambitious, and she never wanted to put the dog on a leash. So every day she'd go out to the mailbox, and the dog didn't care for the neighbors too well. So every day the dog would run to the neighbor's house and scare the kids half to death and run up to the front door and bark as loud as it could at the neighbors. And the neighbors kindly asked her to not do that. And she decided that she wanted to just continue on the way she did every day and run out to the mailbox with her dog, and her dog continued on. And the next thing you know, she is coming into the office with because she had been served for a financial responsibility lawsuit because of disrupting the neighbors and causing them mental distress by being scared by their dog.
Gosh. Woof, woof.
I hope I don't get
right.
one of those.
You better watch out, Shane, that big pooch of yours. Man.
That's why you got to keep him on a leash.
He's a lover.
But I can see how that would happen. So
Yeah,
what was
absolutely.
the payout on that?
You know, I don't know the ultimate payout on that. I do know that we represented her. And, you know, at the end of the day, I really wish that she would have just respected their wishes and put her dog on the leash. It probably would have saved a lot of heartache and maybe a little rate increase on the the home insurance if that claim actually was paid out. So,
yeah. What about the horror stories? Tell us some real nasties. We want a really good nasty why you should have insurance story.
Well, this is my story for everybody that needs a personal umbrella. So I had come across a woman, and I was introduced to a family, a really professional family, and she was a nurse at Fountain Valley Hospital, and she was retiring. And she was going down the 405 freeway, going to work, and she struck a motorcycle. Motorcycle goes down, and she ends up breaking the motorcyclist's legs. And there was a giant liability lawsuit that ensued from that. And she eventually was found at fault for the accident as well. So all of the burden was falling back to her for all of his medical care, all of his missed work, and his long-term care for his recovery. And I'm sure that he had multiple surgeries and so on and so forth.
Do you think she should have gone back and run over him a second time? Oh, that's bad.
Oh,
all right.
It's awful because every day you turn on the TV, every morning you watch the news, you hear about the motorcycle going down.
Yeah,
and if you're
all
found,
jokes aside, it's awful, really.
Yeah,
Man,
it's awful.
Yeah,
it's all the shooting in the lanes, right?
they're going up between the lanes. The motorcyclists, they're just at risk, aren't they? I mean, hugely at risk.
They are.
Mostly from idiots on their cell phones. And it's nerve-wracking driving on the freeway with motorcyclists. I mean, nothing against riding your motorbike, but and the same with cyclists on Newport Coast Drive. I mean, it's got to be a death wish if you hit them. Anyway, I'm encroaching into your horror story. Keep going. Those are my horror stories in the making.
Well, but at the end of the day, she didn't have a good insurance agent to advise her. She didn't have a personal umbrella policy, and she owned 2 homes free and clear. She had a giant retirement account. She had earnings coming in as a retired nurse, and she had $100,000 of bodily injury coverage. And I'm sure that the claims adjusters were really happy to write that $100,000 check to her, and after that, you're on your own. You've got to get your attorney. You've got to, you don't know where to go with your assets. There's really nothing you can do with your assets. And so that's a hardship. And I'm sure that she suffered tremendously from that. So that is my story. When I ask people for personal umbrella policy, I say, well, what are you going to do if you run out of money? Are you prepared to secure your attorney? Are you prepared to write a check? And, they do bad things, so.
Have I got my umbrella policy in place?
Yes, you do.
Oh.
Yay!
Anyway, well,
right.
Hey, fantastic, and that about tops it off. So, guys, any last questions for our guest here who's been fabulous? We could talk all night about insurance because there's hundreds more questions. We didn't even get into life insurance. That's another whole area. Any last questions, guys?
No, thanks, Sean. That was very informative. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much for inviting me.
Carlos. Hey, well, look, it's great to have you on, and thanks for coming on. We love Rosita. A big shout out to Rosita, who we just found out is up in Washington.
Yeah, on vacation, I think, right?
Vacation, yeah, we got you covered there, Rosita. Discount on the policy. Hey, we can't say enough good things about the service and the products, and especially the gal that's with us today. I've been with them for 18 years. I love their local office. They're always there, always sending me little thank you cards. If you refer business to them, obviously they take care of you as well. So check out Allstate's local office with Sean and Rosita. They're at 369 Sam Miguel in Newport Beach if you want to go by. But more importantly, phone number 949, there it is there, 949-721-4010. Call them anytime. There's young Rosita up there in the left-hand side of that clip. So, hey, we know that we are in good hands with Allstate. So, Carlos, it must be time for the old Team Kiwi ad. And now a quick word from our sponsor. Team Kiwi is for hire. Remember, Team Kiwi is a top-performing real estate team here at Cornwall Banker, Newport Beach, here to serve and answer any of those real estate questions you might have 24/7. Call now. Operators are standing by. And back to the show. So it's the old pet peeve. No, we don't have any pet peeves today because we're all happy campers, right? We're just waiting for young Carlos to load up the spoonful of sugar clip because Sugar Shane can't wait to get going and talking about what's going on up the hill.
Now it's time for a spoonful of sugar.
And this is where Sugar Shane on the team lets us know what's been happening in the real estate market up the hill. And by that we mean Newport Coast. What's been going on up the hill, Sugar Shane? Because you've been up and down that hill a lot today.
Yeah, busy day. Busy, lots of action up in Newport Coast there, Kiwi. So, since we've last been on the air, a lot has changed. As you can see there, we're at 69 total new homes on the market there, single-family homes. That's up from about, I think it was about 55 last time we were on. So, inventory is going up, up, up. And to go along with that, just below, you see we have 8 total homes now under $2 million up in Newport Coast and one right at $2 million. So basically we have 9 homes at $2 million or less up in Newport Coast. So we're seeing lots of action, lots of homes come on in that $2 million range. And then as you go down the list, we have one of my favorite listings, of course, 34 Coral Reef. That's going to be open this weekend, so please come take a look at that. That has incredible views up in Pelican Ridge. Open house Saturday from 1 to 4, priced at $3,498,000. Big 4-bedroom plan there. As we go to the bottom of the list, towards the bottom, we see 8 Fairway Point. That's another great listing of ours. If anyone's looking for fantastic views of Pelican Hill Golf Course and Catalina, the harbor, really see it all. That's $7,950,000. I think that's a real value because 2 doors over, as you see at the bottom of the list there, Carlos, 12 Fairway Point. That's listed at nearly $34 million. So you go 2 doors over, $8 million versus $34 million. I think that's a special buy for someone right there, huh, Kiwi?
You bet. We can look at the 34. We like to be rubbing shoulders with those big properties on the same street. Yeah, absolutely.
But we do have 2 homes total up in Newport Coast that are over $30 million. That's 12 Fairway Point and 7 Pelican Vista, both above $34 million, actually. Yeah. As we get into averages, though, for Newport Coast, as we can see, we're about 125 days on market on average right now. We're a little less than 5,000 square foot house, and it looks like our average price per square foot is just north of $1,000 per square foot, and the average asking price right now, $5,700,000. So pretty good place to be if you're owning houses up in Newport Coast. Yeah. Let's get your house on the market and get it sold.
Yeah, so what's been going on in the last 14 plus days? Carlos is going to throw that link up, and we'll talk about all the new actives and everything going on there. We got to see it. There it is. 23 Tide Watch. That's down the street from 33 that we sold last year, a whopping 10.7. And you were out on offshore today, weren't you, looking at a couple of beauties?
Yeah, unfortunately, 11 offshore is not on Broker Preview today, but 39 offshore was. That is a very beautiful home up there. Virtually unobstructed views and built in 2017. That's 10,000 square foot home and very well laid out, too. It doesn't live like 10,000 square foot. It's a very cozy 10,000 square feet. Beautiful views from the master. Has a electric opening floor to ceiling almost doors that go all the way, hide back, pocket doors hide into the wall, and you just get this crazy expansive view from that property. That's a very cool one if anyone's looking up in Crystal Cove.
Yeah, that's a real cool one. And then dropping back to the bottom here, this at $1,580,000, 22 Claremont is the lowest priced single family, and that's owned by Kim Cole here in the office. She must be cashing out of that nice home that she owns there on the corner. 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 2.5-bath. Nearly 2,000 square feet. A very, very cute home if you need something in Newport Coast. And then in our favorite neighborhood too, right? Newport Ridge North.
Yeah, 14 Bandall. That's just shy of 2.5 million. That's a corner house there at the end of the cul-de-sac next to the park. That's a very cool 4-bedroom, 3-bath home, a little over 3,800 square foot. Great family home. Great, Newport Ridge North is a great neighborhood to buy into. So that's a good one there, under 2.5.
Yeah, got all the amenities inside the gates. One lot of association dues. They're quite low. I think they're $415 or $425 a month. Gate guarded neighborhood, pool or clubhouse, everything. What about Ocean Heights? 47. I knew that's a new one popping up in Ocean Heights, right, Shane?
Yeah, that's a very cool house. That one's been remodeled. Beautiful views. Ocean Heights is one of my favorite neighborhoods in Newport Coast. Of course, you get crazy views from those homes up there. You're up on top of Newport Coast. That's 4-bed, 4-bath, 4.5 bath. That's a 4,700 square foot home on a 14,000 square foot corner lot as well. So that's a very cool home. Anyone in the $5 million price range has to take a look at that one for sure. Give us a call. I'd love to show it.
Hey, what do we got under contract? That means contract's been signed, working through the due diligence. What do we got there? We got, let's see, Troville. We'll pass on that one because we'll talk about my favorite street, Via Diamante. And that 22 Via Diamante is one of our properties. Big shout out to the Rodriguez family. Got that one under contract for them. And then the one down the street. That's the 27. Same model. Yeah, 27. No view on that one. What about 41 Tidewatch? You and I both seen that one, I think, Shane. That's Haig's new construction right at the top of the hill. 23.
That's an incredible custom at the very top of Crystal Cove. You're getting view perspectives of the harbor and Newport Beach, but also off towards Laguna as well, the way that home is situated. That's a almost 13,000 square foot beautiful custom home.
It's beautiful, and it's one of the very few homes that you can actually drive through the carport to the front door. Most of these homes only accessible really from the subterranean, but you can actually, if you wanted to, park your Ferrari at the front door and walk in with your groceries. I got to see that. Via Guardia in our neighborhood, been pending for a long time. That's in Ocean Heights.
Ocean Heights, a lot of action in Ocean Heights there, Kiwi.
There is. And in Pelican Ridge, one of the customs there on Windermere under contract. There's some pretty good value in that neighborhood, though. Those are former custom homes, a bit older. Oh, and here's one of my favorites. Shane knows all about One South Sur.
Yeah, we sold that one there. We closed that one, Kiwi. Great Team Kiwi effort on One South Sur. Closed that at $9 million. Beautiful end of the street. Great valley and ocean view home there in the new home company development up there, Coral Crest. That's a very cool house. We were very, very fortunate to work with our clients there, and they're very happy. So another Team Kiwi success, huh, Kiwi?
No, fantastic. Love the address, One South Sur. It's great. There's your offshore going out the door. That's the second time that property sold in the last 18 months, isn't it, Shane? 42?
Absolutely. Which is interesting, yeah. And there wasn't much money, if any at all money, to be made on that property. So it's an interesting story there. That's a non-view custom off offshore, but that was very cool. Pretty much single-level living, but for the most part, the master's on the main floor there. But that was a very cool property as well.
And there's 42 Deep Sea, another big custom in Crystal Cove, retrading. It last sold for $21 million. $21 million five actually through this office. So the people decided,
hurt me.
Yeah, I heard that they didn't even move in and they had a change of heart. And I think it was one of many homes they own in excess inventory. So the word is that one of our vacation renters from last year from Hong Kong bought that one. That's the word on the street. We can't confirm it, but that's sold 42 Deep Sea. Then, of course, one of my favorite homes, 17 High Water. Sold that one. That was one of our listings. Out the door at a cool, just here shy of 20 million. That was an absolutely beautiful, beautiful home. Big tall, fertility pool, just laid out perfectly. It was lovely. But bringing us down to earth, though, Well, you've got some other things to say about high water. That was our high water mark, wasn't it? Any other things to say about that one, Chuck?
No, just an incredible house. Yeah, very, very, very fortunate to work with those clients as well. Big Team Kiwi success. But 11 Chatelaine, Kiwi. Here we are again. Is this just a list? Yeah, but is this a list of Team Kiwi sales only? It's like we're all over the place, huh? Busy.
I think that's why Rosetta was in to see me. She thought that I might be able to afford some more insurance. Anyway, we actually had a hat trick. And if you don't know what a hat trick is, and it happens very rare in a career, but Team Kiwi, actually, we closed 3 deals in one day. And so we're very excited about that, and our clients were too. I think probably we were more so excited. But that's kind of unusual to do for 3 homes in one day, actually 4 sides. But that was our big $31 million day. I don't know that we'll see it again. Hopefully next month. Anyway.
Absolutely.
What about, we can skip down the bottom there, Carlos, and maybe we can talk a little bit about what was on preview today, because otherwise we'll be here until midnight. Preview, okay. Little condo, $969. And
Summit.
Then, Summit. Now, I went by One Pelican Hill Circle, and that's a very, very cool modern style property at 7998. It lacked a bit of view, and it didn't have the pool, didn't have the subterranean, but the layout was really quite tasteful, and I thought it was beautifully laid out, presented.
Another value buy in Pelican Hill, I think.
Yeah, we're seeing, and that's indicative of Pelican Hill. It's an older neighborhood, but it's still one of the best locations. It was our original custom. A lot of people have been moving over to Crystal Cove, and of course, they need to sell the homes that they owned before in Pelican Hill. Back down to earth with 7 Versailles. I did not get by this one. Did you get a chance to see that one, Shane? Maybe not.
Didn't have time, no, unfortunately.
Bandol, quick drive past that one, and you hit Silver Pine, did you?
Yeah. I hit Silver Pine. That's Santa Lucia. Actually has really good views from that. You're looking straight down the valley out over ocean views, looking at Newport Harbor, 23 Silver Pine. So that's a 4-bedroom floor plan. Priced under 2.6. That's a good value buy for Santa Lucia with the views that you get, the size of the home, the bedroom count, the large ceiling. So that one may not last too long.
No, I think that's really good value in there. 12 Tidal Surf. Boy, they've been struggling with this one. It's through our office. It is right on the road, Newport Coast Drive. Tricky to sell at $2,845,000, and that's just purely location. Driving that price down because no one wants to be on that busy road, and it's got busier. It's a 6-lane highway, isn't it?
Yeah, it's too bad it's right on the road. That's a good house with the pool. Great views front row.
We'll skip Pelican Point because that's down by the beach, but 15 Via Barone over there in Pelican Heights, one of our favorite neighborhoods. They're now tucked below $5 million. They brought the price down on that one. They're now below $950 a foot. Should sell. 11 Limoges, back into our affordable neighborhood there, less than $1,740,000. 8 Sane, I was by that one. This is a home that, gosh, in my start of my career, originally sold that one, and they've done a great add-on, filling in part of the house and creating an extra bedroom bath. 2685. God, although for that money, I'd probably buy the view over there in Santa Lucia, right, Shane?
Absolutely.
Yep. Night Sky up there in Pacific Ridge. We didn't get a chance to get there. We heard there were no sandwiches, so we didn't go up there. What can I say? Well, you know what? It is time for Kiwi's Pick of the Week. Hit the music, Carlo. So what is it?
34 Coral Reef, of course. Pelican Ridge. That's the largest floor plan, almost 4,000 square foot. It's got the pool. It's got the spa. It's got the views. It's a bit original, Kiwi, isn't it?
Yeah, a wee bit of original. Little hint of northern China there on that one. We love you, Joshua. But we've taken care of it because we've got the existing and the virtual concept of how this home could look. We've had the contractor up there. It's about 300 grand, and you would be with 300 grand. You'd be priced less than the one that just sold up the road for $3,850,000. So we love this neighborhood. Got the pool and spa, and
seller says make it happen. Let's get this one sold, people. It's a fantastic corner location and end-of-lot location. Great views with a remodel. This would be an incredible home at an incredible price. Open house this weekend, 1 to 4. Come say hi. But I love this house. We'll get it sold.
Yeah, Sugar Shane will be there with all the New Zealand Sauvignon Blanc and all the Eddies. He's got a great spread there for the weekend ahead of Mother's Day. So, hey, it brings us to Carlos's favorite spot. And this is, what time is it, Carlos? Now it's time for the Kiwi Squeeze. And this is where our long-suffering ones and twos guy, Carlos, gets to squeeze the old Kiwi. Right, it's time for the Kiwi Squeeze, and this is where we ask you the question and ask for your comments and feedback. Here's the question. What have been your biggest insurance nightmares? We want to hear from you. We want to hear all about that mayhem. Share your comments. Comment. Don't be shy. We'll get all those comments answered. Glad we got through that squeeze. Hey, guys. It's time to wrap it up for another busy week of Kiwi the Coast Real Estate and Lifestyle Show. It's great to have you. Shane, what about all those off markets you got, buddy? What do you got?
Yeah, we got 3 off markets personally here, Kiwi, on the team. We got 25 Ocean Boulevard, Unit G7. That's a top floor penthouse, or G6, actually. That's a top floor penthouse unit in the Channel Reef condos, completely remodeled. Beautiful unit, has the views all the way up the harbor. Also, you're getting the views out to the ocean there at the Wedge. I love this place. 2 bed, 2 bath, but great views. $2,595,000. If you want to see that, you're going to have to contact us, because it's not coming on the market anytime soon. And then 28 Stillwater there, Kiwi. What do you know about that one?
Well, hey, look at that view, though.
There's a picture right there, yeah.
Yeah, we say it's too bad, not on the market just yet. So G7, that's out to the Learjet, I think. But look at that location right on
G6
that house. Yeah, I know it's G6. I think G7's the Learjet, isn't it? Anyway, it's a fantastic modern unit there. And cool, Shane, to see that one. You can park your boat. Shane loves showing it. It's got the
pool, it's got the hot tub, it's got boat dock access. It has it all. If you want something with views and condo, maybe a second home, maybe a little downsizing, just the easy lifestyle over there. Everything's taken care of for you. Just move your toothbrush in and live away the best life you can. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't even have to walk up the stairs because the elevator will take you all the way up to the floor. So, yeah. Hey, enough about 25 G6, but 28 Stillwater is the one Sugar was asking me about. The construction is nearly finished. We got the stages preparing their proposals to do a beautiful interiors, modern look on 28 Stillwater. So we'll be meeting with them. They're going to get started on the backyard, knock it out so that we hopefully can be on the market in about 30 days. It's a brand new build, 3,600 square feet approximately. Going to be beautiful, double masters, big balcony area. Very, very cool. And then what about that little one we got quoted on Mars, Shane?
23 Canyon Crest, sleeper neighborhood there, Kiwi. We just sold one recently. This is the largest floor plan for the neighborhood. It has 3 bedrooms, has a very cool large outdoor patio above the garage, plus a few other patios.
4 patios. 4 patios.
Oh, there it is. 4 patios in total. You see the one as you enter right there, which is very nice. Beautifully landscaped. This model also has been completely remodeled and redone. Very easy living. All of our new listings coming on are move-in ready. So you guys want to figure out or want to see some move-in ready remodeled homes that aren't on the market, give us a call and contact us because we got a few.
Yeah, or you go to kiwispocketlisting.com and Carlos got that set up.
Let's do that.
Ooh, yeah. Share a little information with us, maybe an email. Get through there, and you can see
There it is.
these homes before they come on the market. So it's all good. It's all good. Hey, last ad, so we can get home to our families, get prepared for Mother's Day weekend. Hit it, Carlos, with the Team Kiwi ad. And now a quick word from our sponsor. Team Kiwi is for hire. Remember, Team Kiwi is a top-performing real estate team here at Cornwall Banker, Newport Beach, here to serve and answer any of those real estate questions you might have 24/7. Call now. Operators are standing by. And back to the show. Hey, guys, any last comments before we wrap it up? Carlos, I know you've been doing a great job there for us. Any thoughts, passing moments?
Happy Mother's Day to everybody. Enjoy. Don't forget to buy flowers or some chocolates at least. Something. Get something.
What about you, Shane? You're out buying the card?
No, another great show. It's been fun being back on the air, Kiwi. We're going to have to do this more often. But, yeah, happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. And have a great weekend. Come see me at 34 Coral Reef on Saturday.
Oh, I will out the desert. But, hey, great to have all you guys together again, and we'll see you next time. We try and be on the air every couple of weeks here, give you the update, tell you what's going on. And remember, you heard it here first. I'm Kiwi of the Coast.
I'm Kiwi of the Coast, the agent with the most tips, tools, and tactics for your home. Meet Kiwi of the Coast and team with the most qualified buyers for your home. Think Kiwi of the Coast when you want to sell the most. Client satisfaction guaranteed. Client satisfaction guaranteed.
Thank you, everyone. We'll see you next time.